crazy lately? You're not wrong. They say parents should have a voice. But what happens when no one's listening? Forget the noise, the narratives, and the nonsense. It's time to have real conversations, stand up, speak out, and shine a light on what's really happening inside our schools, our systems, and our government, and what it really means for your family. This is the Lindsey Beckham Show, where we believe in truth over talking points, facts over feelings, and the courage to say what others won't. Because when it comes to our kids, silence is not an option. Only in America.
Welcome in to the Lindsey Beckham Show. Happy Thursday, everyone. We are live here in the WYAB studios here in Flora, Mississippi. Of course, you can always find us on 103.9, your FM radio dial, old school, or you can stream the audio versions of all of our talk show host here at WIAB on WIAB.com. 50,000 watts of power shooting our voices out over across Mississippi. I don't know much about watts, but they say that's a big deal. So I'm going to go with it. I'm going to roll with it. We are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. And of course, you can call into the show today, 601-879-0002. We also have a text line here at the Lindsey Beckham Show. That number is 601-879-4648. Today is the day. I know that you guys have just been chomping at the bits to hear me talk more about school choice, education freedom, what that means for Mississippi, what it would look like for your family, for any family. If you have children in public school or private school or in a charter school, or if you homeschool, what's going to change? What's not going to change? What information out there is actually a myth instead of fact? But we're going to break all of that down tonight. It will be streaming live. We will be at the Sunkissed Country Club over on the coast area. I'll be joined with my team, Leah Ferretti of Mississippi Ready, of course, Gerard Gibbert, Starla Brown of Americans for Prosperity, who sponsors the Lindsey Beckham Show. Thankful for them always. I think Russ Latino was supposed to be with us. Russ of the Magnolia Tribune. He's been on the show numerous times. I don't think he's going to be able to make it. I think in Harlem, his wife threatened him and said, we're supposed to be at the beach. So I hope you're having fun at the beach, Russ. I'll take on all those hard questions that were going to be directed your way. No, I'm kidding. But it will be streaming. I believe it will be streaming on the Conservative Coalition of Mississippi's page. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's what the text said that I got last night. But I would love for you to listen if you can, because I still believe that there are so many myths and misconceptions and disinformation or misinformation or whatever it is that you want to call it floating around out there concerning school choice, and again, what that would mean. So I would love for you to tune in if you can. Thought it might say on here where it would be streaming. I believe it will be streaming to the Conservative Coalition of Mississippi page, and then maybe the Harrison County Republican page. But I will have, I'm sure, some sort of device there to record and stream to my channels as well, which you can find me, Lindsey Beckham, or the Lindsey Beckham Show on Facebook, the Lindsey Beckham Show on YouTube, and then just Lindsey Beckham on X. But it should be streaming to all of those places as well. And I would love for you to tune in, hear what we have to say. Of course, there's a panel who opposes. There's 4 people that are going to be sitting on the other side from us who oppose school choice, and then, of course, us four as being advocates, fighters for education freedom here in Mississippi. We all got to submit questions. So I think it's going to be a great discussion, and one that will carry a lot of information, factual information. Now, I wanted to get into, on my way here, I saw where our governor has made an announcement, and I think that this is a pretty important topic. We've touched on it here and there on the Lindsey Beckham Show, but when we look at artificial intelligence, AI, and what that means, not only for the future of our country, but for our schools, for our public education system, for all of our education systems for that matter, you can't ignore that it's here. It's here, it's being used. So, what you have to do at that point is learn how to best use it, especially when it comes to our children, K through 12, K through 12 schools. I think that's probably where we really need to stress the importance of carefully using AI. We have launched a program here in the state of Mississippi. It is a framework to prepare students for the future, a comprehensive statewide artificial intelligence framework designed to guide how AI is taught, understood, and responsibly, the key word there, responsibly used across K through 12 schools, colleges, workforce programs, and industries throughout the state. And again, I can't stress the importance of how sensitive and how just extremely important it is to monitor this when it comes to our children and to our elementary schools, all K through 12 schools for that matter. So our First Lady, Melania, she has really put a lot of focus on AI in education in these K through 12 schools. They set up a committee. We at Moms for Liberty were invited to participate in this discussion and to have a seat at the table. That's what's just so important, and such a difference, such a change from the last administration to this administration. We have a seat at the table. Parents are sought out for their opinions. The White House cares what moms think about what's going on in our children's lives and in our children's schools and what that means for the future. We didn't have that before. In fact, I posted a picture, kind of a then and now comparison picture. So the first time that I was in DC, it was before Trump took office for his second term. Biden was still in office. Some point that summer before the election, I believe sometime in June. And you couldn't get anywhere near the White House. I took a picture of the White House from the other side of the fence, the wrought iron metal, whatever type of material that is, fence that they have surrounding the White House, along with the Secret Service and security guards at every corner. And then I put that picture up against the picture that I took in June when I was invited by this administration, invited in to the White House to celebrate parental rights. Parents being involved in their children's lives, parents concerned with what's happening inside of our schools with education. What a difference. What a difference that less than 1 year made. No longer was I standing on the other side of the fence just peering in to see the White House. Instead, I was invited into the White House because parents' opinions and voices matter to this administration, unlike the previous one. And look, I get it. I'm the first to call Trump out when I think he does something insanely ignorant. And he has had those moments, unfortunately, but I think we all have at some point. I did not care for the image he posted depicting himself as Jesus whatsoever. I thought that was an awful taste. Quite honestly, pretty disgusting that anyone would even think of themselves anywhere close to Jesus. So I get it. I get it. There are people who do not like Donald Trump, and that is okay. We are all allowed to have our own thoughts and our own opinions. We're also allowed to voice those because we do live in a free country. But here's the thing. This administration compared to the last is night and day. Night and day. Here we have a first lady who wants to make sure that we are out in front of this issue, especially in our schools. We have an administration who is making sure that children can no longer mutilate their bodies. These transgender surgeries and gender affirming care has come to a halt because of the Trump administration, because of them saying, hey, this doesn't make any sense. These are children. This is child abuse. The last administration, they decided to send our money, our tax dollars, to prisoners for gender reassignment surgeries. Make that make sense, please. Can someone? First of all, there's no such thing as transgender. Second of all, you're in prison. You don't get a say so. I don't care what you feel like today. The only thing you need to be feeling like is a prisoner, a violator of the laws of the United States of America. Once you sit and think about that, not about how you can cut your penis off. Come on. Let's get real here. So, regardless of how you feel about Donald J. Trump as a person, as a man, when you look at the bigger picture here, a lot has changed with this administration compared to the last. And I don't have to even go out on a limb here to say we're in a much better place, a much better situation today than we ever were during the Biden administration. In fact, back then, of course, we were called domestic terrorists, hate groups, book banners, book burners, Nazis, all the things, just for being a concerned parent. We got to take a break, but y'all stay with us. I do want to get into some more of this AI, this statewide framework that we are going to be looking to incorporate this into our schools, especially our K through 12 schools. What's that look like? What does that mean? We're going to discuss it when we get back right here, 1039 WYAB. Don't go anywhere.
WYAB. Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit americansforprosperity.org. Be a part of positive change at americansforprosperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Health has always been reactive, focused on fixing problems as they happen. But with Blue Primary Care, we're taking a proactive approach, working with you to help you understand your health and empowering you to be healthy. It's time to prioritize you, your health, and your life. The results? Less worrying and more living. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue.
Delta Farm Services, LLC. Delta Farm Services, LLC. From dirt to done, they make it easy. Find them on Facebook, it's all you need. Big job, small job, call today. They'll shape your land a better way. Delta Farm Services, LLC. The name you trust for what you need. Delta Farm Services, LLC. Delta Farm Services, LLC.
Even with interest rates higher than recent norms, real estate values are still holding strong in Mississippi. We caught up again with one of Mississippi's top real estate agents, Shane Saxon, to explain his recent activity in the market.
In the last year or so, it's been the best of my career. Interest rates have been high, but the real estate market is here to stay. Land values especially are continuing to rise. Home values are holding. If you need help with anything in real estate, just give me a call.
Find Shane Saxon on Facebook or give him a call at 601-540-5040. Hopper Property, 601-724-1435.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Want insider tips on foundation repair, maintenance, and how to protect your biggest investment? Todd Sandridge, owner of Superior Foundation Services, will be dropping in this month for quick interviews with your favorite local hosts. Whether you're dealing with cracks, settling, or just want peace of mind, this is a conversation you don't want to miss. Superior Foundation Services, helping you stay on solid ground. Find them online at superior.ms. That's superior.ms.
From Mississippi, where faith, family, and freedom still matter. This is the Lindsey Beckham Show.
Welcome back into the Lindsey Beckham Show. I am, of course, Lindsey Beckham. Let's see, sorry, my phone was going off there. We are live here in the WIB studios, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Of course, you can call in to the show today if you have anything that you would like to say, any questions, comments, concerns. I don't see our haters in the comments today over on the YouTube. They must be taking a day off. 601-879-0002 is the number to the station to be on the air with me this afternoon. 601-879-4648 is also our text line if there's anything that you would like to text in to the show today. We would absolutely love to hear from you. And then, of course, you can always chime in the comments on our live stream. If you are looking to promote your business, we do have some availability when it comes to sponsoring the Lindsey Beckham Show. I would love to tell you more about that and partner with you to help promote your business. If you would like more information on that, you can always email me. It's lindsey@wyb.com. That's Lindsey with an E. Say the name right so I get the email, or info. You can always email info@wyb.com. And I so enjoy reading your emails that you send. Some of you just send them straight to the main WIB email address, but our station owner, Matt, he forwards those over to me, and I really appreciate you chiming in and giving your thoughts, letting me know that you enjoy the show and that you're listening. It means the world. It means the absolute world to me. And then those of you who I've met just out in public at different events who have let me know that you listen to the show and you enjoy it, I cannot thank you enough from the bottom of my heart. That truly means the world to me. The scariest thing is having a mouth as big as mine and being as loud as I am, and then nobody listening. That's the biggest fear. Is anybody even going to care what I have to say? Is anybody even going to listen to this? The stuff that creeps into your mind and that you tell yourself. So I appreciate y'all so much. We do. We truly have the most loyal, best listeners here at WIB, and I cannot say thank you enough. I really do. I really do very much appreciate everyone who tunes in and all of you who let me know that you are enjoying the show and sending me your emails. It truly warms my heart. I did want to again, and I know that we've talked about this a good bit, but again, Mr. Buddy was just such an important person, a man to the WIB family and to Mississippi, especially the central Mississippi area in general. I mean, not only did this man impact the lives of children as their school bus driver, not only did this man dress up as Santa Claus every single year and bring joy and smiles, not only to children, but to adults as well. I've seen so many adults who've posted their pictures with Santa, with Mr. Buddy, including myself. He just had that twinkle, that magic sparkle in his eye. I guess the one that we would think of with Santa Claus. He will always be the GOAT of Santa Clauses, most definitely. But again, Mr. Buddy did pass away from injuries sustained in the school bus crash last week when he was hit head-on by an 18-wheeler who evidently lost air brakes. He suffered very serious injuries and passed away this past Saturday. He loved going to the schools as Santa and being able to see the children, especially at the Harbor Day School, which is formerly the Little Lighthouse School for Special Needs Children. He's told many people that that was one of his favorite things to do. And in fact, he even made it known that in lieu of flowers, when wanting to show your condolences to the family, he asked that you send donations to Harbor Day School. He had a way with kids and he stood up for what was right. And that's another part of his life where he listened religiously to WIB. He called in a good bit on Clay's show. He's called into this show a couple of times. And, I hope that he knew how appreciated he was. Very, very special man. There will be a celebration of his life this coming Saturday at the First Baptist of Florence Church. That is on Main Street in Florence. They will live stream that event as well. I believe it starts at 11 a.m. So if you knew Mr. Buddy, or if he brought joy to your life in some way, I would encourage you to make a donation to the Harbor Day School in his name and let his family know. His son Gabe has been posting on social media about the arrangements and keeping everyone up to date on what his condition was. But reach out to them and let them know what Mr. Buddy meant to you and your family. I have a dear friend who is a photographer. She's always taken our family photos, and she does a photo shoot every year for Christmas family photos or for kids' photos at Christmas time with Santa. And so Mr. Buddy was the Santa Claus that she used in those photo shoots. And I saw a post that she made the other day, just really broken up over losing Mr. Buddy. He was just such a good man and a friend to so many of us, an encourager. He was real. You didn't get any fake nonsense or someone just out there to promote themselves. You saw a man who just wants better for this country and to light up the faces of children. And it takes a special person to have that kind of job. And boy, did he do it well. So, of course, he always told us to give them hell or keep giving them hell. So that's what we're going to do. We are absolutely going to keep giving them hell, Mr. Buddy. Just for you. So y'all pray for that family. I know this is a very hard time for them and will be in the days to come. So what we were talking about before the break is this new AI framework that has just been announced, that it will be a guideline as to how we attempt to navigate the use of AI in our school systems, especially K through 12 public school systems here in the state of Mississippi. Of course, I was telling you about Melania, our First Lady, who has shown a huge interest in how we are going to make sure that we do this in a responsible way, and how my organization, Moms for Liberty, was actually invited to the White House. They wanted our opinions. Now, we had some members who were very skeptical, who don't really approve of us implementing AI into our school systems. But again, it's here. You can't just run and hide from it and pretend that it's going to go away. It's just not. It's just not going to happen. So therefore, I think it is the responsible and smart thing to do, to get out in front of it and to have a voice, to have a seat at that table, to make your opinions known, to share those with the task force in the White House who are making these decisions. And by the way, they do listen. They do listen. When we were first invited to discuss this topic, there was a pledge that they wanted those who were coming to sign. We didn't necessarily agree with all the language in the pledge because it left out a very important part, which is parents, their rights when it comes to this issue. And so our national team called back over to the White House and we told them what our concerns were about signing this pledge, but that we absolutely want to be involved. We want a seat at that table. We want to discuss what needs to happen. And then the next thing that we know, they have edited the language and added parents to the overall pledge. So they do listen. They are listening. Again, that's something we didn't have with the last administration. That didn't happen. Now, if you spoke up as a parent with the last administration, FBI showed up at your doorsteps to question you. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. I'm 1 million. You cannot make this stuff up. 1,000,000%. Some of our members had FBI at their door to question them after they spoke at a school board meeting. The show is flying by today. It's already time to take another break, but y'all stay with us because I do want to get into the details of what this is going to look like and what this means for all students here in the state of Mississippi. Y'all stay tuned. 103.9 WIAB, The Lindsey Beckham Show. We will be right back.
Inside the Oval Office today, the president was asked about Iran's enriched uranium.
Right now we're negotiating, and we'll see. But either we're going to get it one way or the other. They're not going to have a nuclear weapon.
A measure to force President Trump to end the Iran war is expected to come up for a vote in the House today. Big test of lawmakers' willingness to go along with the war they didn't okay. Ukrainian drones smashed into another Russian refinery overnight, starting a big fire, says Ukrainian President Zelensky. The number of people applying for state jobless benefits was little changed in the week just ended. Labor Department's weekly report found 209,000 people submitting their initial applications. This is ABC News.
Hey, this is Ben Ingram from the Braves Radio Network. We're in commercial right now, so I want to let my sister take over and tell you about Hometown Property Group.
Thanks, Ben. This is Mary Claire Putman with Hometown Property Group. Whether you're buying or selling, we are committed to guiding you through your real estate transaction with integrity, exceptional service, and remarkable results. Madison County has been my home for 40 years. I'd love to help make it yours, too.
That's Hometown Property Group. Give them a call at 601-853-6080.
Hello, friends and neighbors. This is David Frederick. I'm here to tell you about the latest development here at Frederick Sales and Service in Brandon. In an effort to always bring you the very best brands, I am proud to announce that Frederick Sales and Service is Central Mississippi's newest dealer for Skag zero-turn mowers and products. We have deals on one of the industry's best brands of zero-turn mowers, Skag. You can buy now and pay later because 0% financing is also available at Frederick's. Come see our inventory. We're here serving you for over 3 decades in Brandon since 1993.
Venable Glass is your local glass expert, offering residential, automotive, and commercial glass. Venable Glass can do it all. Windshield repair, replacement of shower doors, mirrors, and everything in between. What sets Venable Glass apart from the rest? Unmatched reliability and customer service. Don't forget, tell your insurance company that you want to use Venable Glass. And remember, you do have a choice. Let Venable Glass work hard to earn your business. Call Venable's Ridgeland or Brandon locations today for a free estimate or visit venableglass.com. It's road trip season again. Is your vehicle ready? Take your vehicle to Green's Tire and Auto on Ridgewood Road in Ridgeland to get it in tip-top shape before you head out of town. Don't get stranded while you're away from home. Preventative maintenance is their specialty at Green's Tire and Auto. And if your check engine light is already on, then Green's Tire and Auto can tell what's wrong and get it fixed. Before you start your road trip, take your car to Green's Tire and Auto, Ridgewood Road in Ridgeland.
For over 15 years, A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for your auto repair and maintenance needs. From brake repair to placement to radiators, engines, starters, alternators, heat, and AC water pumps, and more, A1 will get your vehicle back up and running and on the road and in a timely manner. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, and rings and pinions. Call today to set up an appointment, or if you got questions at 601-939-1060. A1 Gear and Auto, your hometown vehicle specialist.
Sun coming up over New York City.
Welcome back into WIAB Studios, the Lindsey Beckham Show. I am, of course, Lindsey Beckham. We are live here. I think we have finally gotten some of our haters in the comments. They can't go a whole day without hating. Haters going to hate. Haters are going to hate. But we are live here in the studio, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Of course, you can call in to the show 601-879-0002 or text the text line 601-879-4648. We do appreciate everyone listening and sending in your thoughts and your opinions. Again, that is what makes this country so great, is that we have the right and the freedom to say the things that we want to say freely. We have been discussing this new AI initiative, the framework that has been announced this morning by Governor Tate Reeves' office. So these will be the statewide AI education priorities coming from the Magnolia Tribune. They will provide a structured step-by-step map of the AI skills students need from K through 12 through career leadership, making the Magnolia State one of the first to do so. Again, I think this is smart. While I'm not on board with everything children have access to as far as AI is concerned, I think it makes sense, most definitely, to be at the forefront of this, to get out in front of it and have clear guidelines that will hopefully make using AI in our schools safe and responsible. This AI Workforce Readiness Council developed a 27-page educational framework as part of the State Workforce Investment Board and in partnership with Accelerate Mississippi and the Mississippi Artificial Intelligence Network, or otherwise known as MAIN, M-A-I-N. Now, this educational framework showcases how Mississippi is advancing into the AI era by building on its strengths, resilience, collaboration, and its people. The governor's office announced, adding that the priorities are grounded in a clear conviction that the purpose of AI is not to replace human judgment, but to strengthen it. And I think that's a thought in a lot of our minds. That's the scary part of this. Are we going to see robots actually replacing humans? Are we going to see this artificial, obviously meaning not real, mindset replacing actual human thoughts? And I think that's what they are attempting to protect here. Governor Reeves said, Mississippi isn't just attracting the industries of the future, we're building them. This framework is another example of our state leading the way in American innovation. AI is going to transform industries, and this cutting-edge framework gives our students, educators, and workforce development partners a clear roadmap to ensure that Mississippians have the education and skills they need to succeed in a rapidly changing economy. The AI framework will provide a foundation for understanding, teaching, and applying AI in education and workforce development, with clear expectations for AI literacy and skill development from kindergarten to post-secondary education. The framework is intended to ensure common ground between the classroom, training program, and business needs. They said this is about more than technology. Instead, it's about building a system that prepares all Mississippians, from a student in the Delta to a shipbuilder on the Gulf Coast, teaching them to adapt, compete, and succeed in a rapidly changing world. Now, this framework does center around 11 core AI skills. It outlines competency levels, including basic AI understanding to ethical reasoning, cybersecurity awareness, and real-life applications across the state's businesses, including agriculture, coastal resilience, advanced manufacturing, and healthcare. These domains are said to be geared toward ensuring learners not only understanding AI tools, but also develop the critical thinking, adaptability, and judgment needed to lead in an AI-enabled economy. They said that this framework that we are releasing here in Mississippi keeps human judgment at the very center of every decision and gives educators and employers a clear path to equip learners with the skills needed to succeed in an AI-driven economy. And you can also find the full Mississippi statewide AI framework on the governor's website. Again, this was released just this morning, so we are just seeing this, the public just now seeing what they have come up with, what they've put together. But I definitely think it is in our best interest to not ignore this situation, but to use AI for our advantage where we can. Now, of course, y'all know my conspiracy theorist mind over here still thinks that robots could take over at any given point in time. There have been some systems being run by AI where the AI coding has been rewritten in a way so that it cannot be turned off or shut down. That's a little scary. That is quite scary, actually. And I don't know how much I approve of these actual robot humans that we've seen Elon Musk walk around with. And in fact, even Melania, our first lady, walked out with one at a press conference that she did talking about artificial intelligence and where she stands on the issue. But you know, I'm all for it if they can teach one to clean my house and pick up after my kids and do the laundry, the cooking, cleaning. Send me that robot. Send me that robot because I will be a proud supporter of one that can do those things. Because you moms out there, as you know, a mom's not just one job. You become the cook. You become the chauffeur. You become the maid. You become the chef. You become the everything. The counselor, the doctor, the consoler, the educator. Everything all rolled up into one. And that is a exhausting job, let me tell you. But again, absolutely the most rewarding. I think most moms would agree with me on that one. We're going to take our last break, but y'all stay tuned. We're going to be right back here to wrap things up here on the Lindsey Beckham Show on this Thursday afternoon. You don't want to miss it. 103.9 WYAB. We will be right back. WYAB. We will be right back.
103.9 WYAB.
Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit americansforprosperity.org. Be a part of positive change at americansforprosperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Hot weather requires us to run the AC nonstop. Pure Air Consultants can inspect your unit today to ensure your AC is operating at peak performance. Pure Air Consultants is your go-to Rheem partner that can get the job done and have you resting in comfort in no time. Locally owned and operated, they have proudly served our community for over 22 years. Contact Pure Air Consultants today at mypureairconsultants.com. Rheem and Pure Air Consultants to the rescue.
Attention citizens, the call is going out across all of 103.9 WYAB. Each Tuesday from 9 to 10 a.m., General Bob Swap Shop summons all able-bodied listeners to buy, sell, and trade. Sign up by calling the phone line and joining the campaign where your stuff becomes the hero of the hour. No shillings, no coins, no enlistment fees of any kind to peddle your personal items. Report for duty each Tuesday at 9 a.m. right here on 103.9 WYAB. General Bob needs you and your stuff.
Have a large fleet of vehicles? Looking for somewhere to provide routine maintenance? Tired of waiting on an appointment? Ken here with Rapid Oil Change. We accept most local and national fleets as well as 30-day in-house accounts with no appointment needed. We offer maintenance packages to fit any need. Oil changes, wipers, tires, car washes, and more. Have a diesel? No sweat. We carry diesel exhaust fluid and diesel fuel filters. With over 40 years of experience, Rapid Oil is the right choice for your fleet. Stop in today and let us keep your fleet ready and on the road.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repair? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Craving something fresh for lunch? Bravo Italian Restaurant heard you loud and clear. Sandwiches are back. Favorites like chicken basil pesto, blackened beef shoulder, and shrimp and smoked salmon are ready and waiting. Pair one with a refreshing seasonal cocktail and you're set. Plus, don't miss the new panzanella salad, remixed crab ravioli, and Bravo's incredible lemon ricotta semolina cake. Come grab lunch at Bravo Italian Restaurant today, Highland Village in Jackson, and taste what everyone's been asking for.
Managing payroll, benefits, workers' comp, and HR tasks can take valuable time away from running your business. That's where People Lease comes in. From payroll processing and tax filing to employee benefits and retirement plan administration, People Lease helps simplify your back office operations while improving employee satisfaction. Spend less time on paperwork and more time growing your business. Schedule your consultation today at peoplelease.com. That's peoplelease.com.
From Jacksontown to the radio, this is the Lindsey Beckham Show.
Welcome back in for the last few minutes here of the Lindsey Beckham Show, live in the WIAB studios. Again tonight, Sunkissed Country Club down on the Gulf Coast. School choice, education freedom panel debate. There will be 4 who support school choice measures in the state of Mississippi and 4 who do not support. Should be very interesting. Again, hopefully that will be streaming on my channels. Nacho Buddy says, should the mom delegate some of those jobs to their children, especially the cleaning portion? Yes, but moms, you feel me out there. I know that you do. Kids don't always clean like mamas do. But yes, absolutely. We have to teach our children responsibility and how to do these things, how to do the things that moms do so that they're able to live in the real world on their own and take care of themselves. Next Wednesday, big day next Wednesday, there will be oral arguments heard over the Mississippi Supreme Court concerning the Carly Gregg conviction. Now, Carly Gregg was the 14-year-old over in Rankin County who shot and killed her mother, Ashley Smiley, who was a teacher within the Rankin County School District. She also shot her stepfather, Heath Smiley, before fleeing the home. She was apprehended shortly after. We covered it in depth at length here on the show and through my podcast. She was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. But since the sentencing, she has obtained new legal counsel. If you'll remember, her attorney representing her during the trial was the one and only insane Bridget Todd. And we have definitely talked at length about that. So I do think she probably got some bad advice. I believe they offered her 30 years, and I think that plea was a reasonable one, and that it would have been in her best interest to agree to that instead of taking this to trial where she attempted a defense of insanity. She was sentenced to life just a few days after her 15th birthday. But of course, in my opinion, if you can shoot your mom 3 times in the head in cold blood and then call a friend over to come see a dead body, then we probably need to keep you off the streets. Now, court records do show that the new defense attorneys are arguing she was deprived of a fair trial. They said that the trial court committed a reversible error by giving jury instructions that were improper under a Mississippi code. They also state that her life sentence without parole is unconstitutional. They argue that the prosecutor made improper and highly prejudicial comments. I mean, I watched the entire trial. I did not see that. I think that Michael and Catherine, who prosecuted in this case, the attorneys on the side of the state, did a phenomenal job. According to the defense, the prosecution allegedly stated during arguments of the sentencing phase that if Greg was given parole, no one in this room knows how long she will stay there. We cannot guarantee she will stay there 1 year or 10. We have no control over that. Now, prosecutors contend that every aspect of the trial was fair. Bubba Bramlett did a great job. And again, Michael Smith and Catherine, the prosecutors, also did a phenomenal job. So I'm not sure how far that argument is going to get them, but those oral arguments will be heard next Wednesday in the Mississippi Supreme Court. And then next Wednesday on the Lindsey Beckham Show, we will have Ella from Wisconsin. She's going to be streaming in live with us. You guys are going to love this young woman. How brave and courageous she is. I'm going to tell you all about her leading up to the show on Wednesday, but I cannot wait for everyone to hear her story and what she has been able to accomplish just as a high school student in her area. It's inspiring. And I'm super excited about her being with us on the Lindsey Beckham Show next Wednesday. I will be back here tomorrow, same time, same place. See you then. Bye.